My name is Susie Orbach. I'm a psychoanalyst, a psychotherapist, and a writer. Welcome to my We often think of the industries that are involved in the production of beauty labor and of health and fitness and the fashion industry and the food industries as being small industries. We don't think that in relation to the food industry, but the diet industry is an absolutely enormous industry owned by the food industry, and it does so damn well because it's based on a 95% failure rate, a recidivism rate. Every time you go on a diet, you're mucking around with the most basic of mechanisms that tell you when to eat and when to stop. And if you do that repeatedly, you will mess up that mechanism. But more importantly, after you come off a diet, you will feel success for a very short time, and then a few months later, you will feel you need to go on another one. So companies like Weight Watchers rely on repeat customers. We don't think of the large amount of money that is riding on the back of inviting people to feel inadequate in relation to their body, so that the spend on beauty can go up and up and up. You go into a department store, I know they're a dying species, but more and more and more and more of, let's say, Selfridges is taken up with cosmetics. And more is taken up by the fashion industry. So these two commodities press on our bodies, and at younger and younger ages, in ways that are extremely disturbing. So little girls of 5 and 6 are already having parties for manicures and pedicures and hairdressing. And I'm not talking about girls from I'm talking about girls from privileged backgrounds, that this is a party treat for them to be invoked into what constitutes femininity today, which is to be working on your body. And this wouldn't be so frightening if it didn't have a huge impact on girls. So we know that if you talk to girls about their bodies right before a science or a maths exam, they score lower. Their anxieties about bodies are stoked by commercial exploitation, which creates the sense that their body they live in is not okay. It's particularly disturbing as young boys, as pre-adolescent and adolescent boys, are coming in to being interested in sexuality, their hormones, they're having wet dreams, they are turned on to visual expressions of something that they think is sex, which has to do with performance on their part and girls, not passivity, but girls flirting all the time with them, and their penis being the most central aspect of sexual encounter. And the hardness of the penis, the length of the penis, which of course in its wake invites guys to feel terrible about their penises and to seek solutions for having a bigger penis. But it's a kind of brutality that is invoked in boys and young men about what sex is. I don't think that what sex is for girls and women is less brutal. It's just very different. I think there's a terrible mismatch between what porn is and what sex is. And what worries me is seeing girls, very, very young girls, already not just playing to camera, but playing cutesy, seductive, as though their role is to seduce. What I see from social media that disturbs me a lot is how much the body is a part. It's just a part object. It isn't a body as a whole thing. It's a breast. It's a penis. It's a bottom. It's a fetish, actually. The whole body becomes fetishized. At the level of general self-representation on social media, there's a lot of evidence to show how much time, not just influencers, but ordinary girls put up, how much time they spend to put up pictures of themselves on social media, how many filters they use, how many likes they want, and the distress that they have when they don't get the response that they want. Now, from my perspective, the reason they need that response of a lot of likes is because they don't feel their body is stable. It's an expression of body troubles. If they felt their bodies were okay, they wouldn't need the like reflected back to them all the time.